I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh. They say life is what you make it. Well, I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of.
Whoa. I'm looking like,
Whoa.
wow, I was caught up in the song, guys. I'm sorry. See, I was caught up in the song because sometimes you had to be reminded about things. You know what I mean? Like the song was saying, you know, they say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. So sometimes when you're going through, you know, this song always inspires me and make me think about, man, keep pushing. Keep pushing. There's something greater out there for me. And I know this because I know the man. So first of all, what's going on? What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Annika, I see you dressed up. Okay, girl. All right.
Oh,
all
yeah,
right.
I had to do some lawyering today, so
All
I had to
right.
put on the suit and handle my business.
I'm feeling it. Quan, what's up, honey? Quan.
What's going on? May the fourth be with you, everybody. Happy, fourth to everyone that is a Star Wars fan.
I need you to tell me what that means because
Oh, in real short, what it means is pretty much, for me, many millions of people out there were Star Wars fans. So it's a play on the word. So in the movie Star Wars, um, people like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda would say, "May the Force be with you." So rather than saying the Force, may the fourth, because today is May 4th. So may the fourth be with you.
oh, he got to do all this. Okay, all right, I'm cool with that. I'm gonna let you do you. You know, I got a problem with Amazon. I've been waiting on my damn green screen for a while now, and I refuse to get rid of this damn city. So it makes me feel like I'm phasing in and out. You know what I mean? But y'all might need to worry about that because y'all never know where y'all might find me. I might be up on y'all ass and y'all don't even know it. Y'all, I'm older than most of you guys, so I remember the movie Invisible Man and Invisible Woman. So watch what the hell you say about me. I might be right there. Anyway, let me take a moment. I want to take a moment as always and thank everybody that makes this possible every time we step out and do this. I want to always thank Mariana. Thank you, my social media director. Like I said today, I did some stuff and she had to let me know, and I laughed. I said, "Girl, you're crazy. Couldn't do it without you." I was just on the phone with my show manager who makes a lot of stuff possible, Michelle King. Nothing but love for you. Now the people that you see in front of me, these two beautiful people, are always here making this show shine. We do this together. It is a thing now. They become part of me. I'm the right, they the left, or I'm the left and they the right. It don't matter. They here with me tonight. And the guy in the back, wow. For one thing, Jack, that's my boy, Mike Farmer. What would I do, man? I'm gonna tell you right now, I wouldn't be sitting right here in front of this camera without you.
That's right.
Mike, but I need you to get my good side, man. I don't know who's looking. Get my good side. I'm ready for my close up now. I'm ready for my close up, Mike. No, man. Anyway, guys, it's a beautiful day for me. Every day feels like a Friday, and I act as such. So guess what that means? Yes, I will be drinking when I finish this show, cause it's Friday, and I'm gonna turn up.
Well, me and Cherie have beat you to that already.
You know what? Y'all asses is wrong. I'm gonna do like Trump and I'm gonna ban some shit. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build a wall.
This is an afternoon coffee
See?
in a beautiful, loving coffee cup.
Okay, now I'm not gonna tell nobody that you got some Kahlua with that coffee. But nobody know.
Plead the fifth.
That's what you gotta do, cause we ain't touched the cup, so we don't know.
Hold on. Dion, she said she gonna plead the fifth. I bet there's a fifth in there.
Or should I plead the fourth?
Hey, now we talking, guys. Now we talking. Guys, we're going to get through this evening. We're going to make sure that we give them some knowledge, drop some love, and make sure that they understand what's going on. First of all, we're going to definitely I want to make sure I remember this real quick. We are going to start using Cherie's knowledge of law, because she has a sea of knowledge. So if you want to, if you have some strong, serious law questions, questions about a case you're going through, be it eviction, be it family law, any kind of questions that you want to ask, then you
Contract
need
language.
contracts, pretty much every field this girl specializes in, civil, everything. So what you need to do is make sure that you hit me. You can DM me, but I would rather you send it so that our show manager can get it and send it to I'm Just Saying. That's easy to remember. I'm Just Saying, SAYIN, D Johnson at gmail.com. Now later we'll put it up and we'll make sure we have it. Mike is good about that. And I'll also put it on Facebook again. I'm Just Saying, D Johnson at gmail.com. Serious questions. And I assure you, she will address them. And guess what? That's some free advice. Most people don't want to do that nowadays. So it'll be some free advice that you can definitely use. Okay? I'm Just Saying, D Johnson at gmail.com. Cherie Annika Valley Co. And she will address your issues. All right. Now that we know that we got her shining on that tonight, let's move on to the next subject. I don't have long because, see, I want to talk to my peeps. I want Cherie and Quan to shine, you know. Guys, man, no, really, for real, though. Here's my thing. I got a problem with one thing today. And this is all I'm going to address. And it's not because I'm pro-Joe Biden, pro-Joe Biden, pro-Joe Biden. But I might be. My nose itching. That means somebody talking about me. I told them I'm invisible. I might be right there. But listen, seriously, here's the thing. We have Democrat, we have Republican, we have Independent. Am I right, Quan and Cherie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
we
so
have
far.
someone in.
Communist.
Yeah. We have different things. Right now, we have two candidates running that I know of right now, the Democrat and a Republican. Well, you either are a Democrat or you're Republican or you're independent or whatever name you give yourself. But the thing about this is, don't say you're a Democrat if you're not. Don't. And here's the thing. Again, you've had 4 freaking years to put another party together. You know, you could create it if you want. But my problem with this is, right now, we are facing a maniac in office. If it were not true, all will tell me so. I'm waiting. And these two people, I know, Cherie, Quan, y'all gonna tell me the truth. What do we have in office?
Number 45.
Okay. See, she can't even say the man's damn name like me.
We have a Cheeto dressed as the president.
See, Quan had to talk about the chips. Now I can't ever eat another fucking Cheeto again and change my life. I'm gonna be messed up, you know. So my point is, I'm not saying settle for you know. I think Cherie brought this. We had a conversation. I think Cherie spoke it. That I'm tired of having to choose between the latter or the better of the latter. You know what I mean, of the latter, making the choice. Compared to Donald Trump, Joe Biden looks like gold to me. I'm sorry. And here's where I am with everything else. I'm going to be very honest. Here's where I'm at. And guys, if y'all have to mute, y'all can mute. It's okay. If I'm being very real, here's where we are. We are really, really, really at a situational point. We don't have time this time to play. Now, if we go back, you know what I mean, 4 years ago, we would have time to try to figure out things. This is not pick a candidate. You know what I mean? And let's go. Oh, you ain't good. Now let me go to you. Oh, you ain't good. Now let me go to you. We don't have that luxury. That's why we had the primaries. Now, a woman came out, said Joe Biden did some things to her. Me, being like I am, I'm reading everything I can read on all kind of research. I am not finna just say that the woman is lying. And I'm not trying to say I'm pro Joe Biden, but I do know that I feel that I saw for a fact that David Axelrod said they did a great job with checking up on Joe. But Cherie, well, she's going to counteract, so I'm not going to speak for her. So I know that I feel that Axelrod and them did a great job. Now, do I think Obama would have went on and took it and they said, you know what, he did this, but we're not going to talk about it. So you go ahead and this is the best you can do. That doesn't sound like that kind of man. Why? He's a father of 2 daughters, and I can tell that he has a special relationship with his wife. And I don't even feel like, because Michelle Obama didn't want to be president, him to be president in the first damn place. Y'all keep forgetting that. So I think men and women, husbands and wives do talk to each other, pillow talk. So I think if he had said, well, guess what we found out? We found out Joe been messing around with a lot of women. Well, she probably would have been like, well, you choose someone else. And if they don't choose you and elect you, too bad. We can take our ass back to Chi-Town and you can play basketball and keep cussing niggas out on the court. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you see Obama, he got that walk like he say the word, and he would say that word. But my point is, this has got to stop. We have some work to do. And that work will never get done if we stay divided. That is the problem that we have. But I realize it ain't all of us that's divided. You get what I mean? I realize that there are a few people that have their idealistic beliefs. They're idealists. And I stand behind ideal. I believe what Bernie wanted. I believe in it. I strongly believe in it. And here's why I'm going to end with that. I just don't feel like it's the time. Not saying it's never going to happen. And I don't believe that Bernie sold out. And I'm not saying it because he stepped down. Y'all can even acting like someone made Bernie step down. No one forced Bernie Sanders to do anything. This came out of the blue. I know I'm telling the truth about this. No one that we know of. But y'all love him so much. But do y'all realize this man has heart disease? He had just had a heart attack and had stents put in, and then COVID-19 hit. He may have said, you know what? The face that be and the powers that be, I'm choosing my health and my life over all of this. So I'm going to put out what I want with Joe, talk with Joe. We come to some understanding, and I'm going to back out. And backed out. And every other thing that happened, no one gave Joe Biden a damn thing. Matter of fact, we had all counted him out. Come to find out, the Democrats had counted him out. So my thing about it is, and again, my opinion is like what we call everybody got one. And everybody ain't, I'm not always right. As I told people, and I said to Cherie, if they find out that he really did it, and other women come out and they find out he really, really did this, even if he is president, I will lead the charge. Well, may he choose Stacey Abrams or Elizabeth Warren, and they slide their ass right on in and be the president. So if that were to happen, maybe God meant for a woman to be president and he had to work it any way he wanted. But don't y'all F it up, because Trump and somebody found somebody and said, here, now I want you to say this. This is the best you can do. This is the best you can do. We've been doing this for a while now. Hell, did we not see this 4 years ago? Why is it working again? I don't understand it. That's just me. Now, in my thought bubble, the last thing I want is, I see Mitch McConnell is catching hell. He may not end up, with my thought bubble. He may not end up still being senator when he finished. And look at that look on his face. See, my thought bubble, you got to see it. I see, that's how I want him to look when he, I want him to be so hurt he can't even clean all of the stuff out the office. You know what I mean? Because the day they sit that ass down, you understand what I'm saying? The saints are going to rise and sing and testify. And he is one crooked. I mean, how much money can you have? You are 1 foot in the grave and the other foot on a freaking banana peel. What are you going to do with this damn money? No dead man spends money. You have sold out your soul, your conscience, and everything about yourself. And you look like you are lifeless, like the lifeless MF you are. And Lord have mercy, please vote him out. Will y'all wake up and smell the food? And throw his ass on the grill. And don't nobody eat none of that meat, because it ain't really good. It ain't never going to be good for you. So that's all I want to say right now.
I have to say amen to that barbecue. I have to say Mitch McConnell, with how he handled the Brett Kavanaugh hearings and the limited FBI investigations. I have to tell you, I echo those comments and concerns. I think all Democrats, all independents, and every person needs to vote, including the Republicans. We need to have a decisive win. And I think the evidence has shown that we as Democrats, I'm a Democrat, you a Democrat, are in the majority. So we need to let our country actually exercise their fundamental right to vote that we have struggled and fought for. And I agree with you with respect to anybody who's accused of a sexual assault as alleged against Senator Joe Biden, hopefully the next president of the United States, number 36, as we'd like to call him.
I hope it be
I'll say
45.
I'll say this: when your state governor and mayor can do a better job than the president in this kind of crisis and in this kind of pandemic, and know how to keep people inside safely and know how to lower the numbers. Come on, it's that should be what the president does. The president should have led by example rather than being
The follower. The follower.
No, not even a follower. You know those off. Okay, speaking of chips, 45 is like that off-brand bag of Cheetos, where it looks shiny and nice, being amongst the Ruffles, the Doritos,
Mm-hmm.
Name brands.
But when you open that bag
And put that
Thinking
damn
it's
chip
gonna-
in your mouth.
and
You wish you paid that another 89 cents for the Doritos.
Yeah,
And that's what we have a lack of competence and a lack of confidence. I believe that even against Joe Biden, with the allegations have not completely been investigated, as reported, 45 is losing to what I'd like to call 46. He absolutely is losing in a straight up contest.
So let me ask you
Joe
this.
Biden has
Go ahead.
Joe Biden has shown an incredible level, I think, of competence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just think about 45 and the picture of the attempt by the White House, if you will, to paint their response to COVID-19 as this overwhelming success. And I just think about that press conference by Jared, who talks about how he knows a guy that can get us N95 masks. And I'm like, that's not what leading a first-rate country against a pandemic of the proportions that we're facing is what we're called. We don't need someone who knows a guy. This is not, somebody who can get us into the nightclub without having to pay the $20 cover.
Well, that's the way he
it's-
said it. He said, like, you know what? I know somebody that can get the mask for us now. It might
Right,
cost
right.
us
I
a
got
little.
influence.
Yeah, might
I
cost
know
us a little.
people.
Might cost us a lot. But we can get the mask. He might well just came up and said it like our brother said in the hood. You want a mask? Got the mask. They run $25.99. You got one? Okay, damn. You drive a hard boy and give me $20. $20. You can get a mask. That's what he might as well just got him did. Nah, 25. Damn it, 20. Give me 20. Matter of fact, 5
Wait,
for
don't
100.
buy from that person. I know a guy. This is essentially what he said.
That he knows
You know,
somebody.
and he got a guy who knows somebody. You know, when I compare Andrew Cuomo, who I'm in love with, and by the way is also single. I am not single, but he's announcing that he is single. And the response of even Governor Newsom, who's done things, is under currently a lot of pressure
amazing.
to open up and being challenged. There's no comparison in terms of competence. And I think that's what the American public is asking for. Someone who has the emotional, the intellectual, the life experience to balance the competing interests of business, if you will, and moving the country forward economically and sustaining the country with the actual real health concerns.
Well, here's one. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just finished crack because here's one for you, Donald Trump. You said you could shoot a man right there. What did he say he could do? He could take out his gun, blow a man's brains out right there on Fifth Avenue. When on Fifth Avenue, he could do it and nothing would happen. Well, you done messed us up so bad, and we in such a bad situation, and we have such a bad lack of leadership until Joe Biden really, the woman gonna have to come out with a picture, exact photo dated with his hand up the skirt on that date, and then they're gonna have to take that picture and do it like they do them baseballs and stuff to make sure they're authentic. You know what I mean? Before you
Not
buy
Photoshop.
Yeah, so Babe Ruth signed it, so I got to make sure Babe Ruth's signature. Because see now, what we're trying to tell you is we tired, and when black folks get tired, see Rosa was tired. What happened? History changed, and nickels and dimes changed the course of history. I've said this before when I was sitting in Moore's Media Studio, and also it was tired. She was tired. Wasn't that she did anything special? That's what she told everybody. I was just tired. Martin Luther King wasn't even supposed to be anything but a minister. But because Rosa got tired and God said something for him, said a message for him, and he answered when he was called, a divine message, he became the leader of the movement. And a movement that set his course in history and Rosa's course in history. Well, sometimes we fall into situations. Well, Joe Biden,
right.
you have tried to run twice. Nobody said you put anything on him, filled on him, did anything to him. Well, now it looks like you might be finally finna grab it. The problem about the thing about it is sad to say, I'm real though. I want a picture. Because other than that, I'm going to the voting place with my mask on, with, like this guy said on Facebook, with my hazmat on, everything. I may
Your
not
gloves.
take everything. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make sure that I vote. If I go in with a can of Lysol, spraying all the way to the thing, all the way away from it, I'm going to cast
They may
that vote.
confiscate it.
They
May confiscate it.
They can confiscate the Lysol, but leave it at the day. Then I go take it back to the door, come back. So when I come out, I can grab it and spray. But I'm going. That's the one chance I'm going to take, because I'll take that chance before I take another 4 years with Trump. And for everybody that's trying to put stuff out there and say this and say that, talk y'all ass off. I just pray every Democrat, not even a Democrat, every human being is tired of this. Because even if we put Joe in office and have to take him out, we still got a Democrat that's gonna run that office, because the VP got to step up.
Right.
I think
And
I think that. Okay.
Go ahead, go on.
Okay, just real quick. I think what's going to help Joe win, and I know we said this, off air, but I seriously think what's going to help Joe win is he has to reveal part of his hand with his cabinet, with who's gonna, like, he has to
Mm-hmm.
almost deliberately show his hand, because if he's already talking about this is gonna be the most diverse, cabinet, this is gonna be the most show it.
Show
And
me show me the money.
You go,
Show
girl.
me the hand.
Show me the money. I like the money. Show me the money. And Joe, you
Because-
Show
heard
me
it.
the money.
You heard it from Big Homie Quan and from the wood, all the way from the wood, Inglewood. Quan is telling you something. He's saying, if you're gonna have to show us the money, so it's time now. Damn it, we ain't got time to wait. We don't want to wait until August when the convention. You know what I mean? We don't want to wait. Let us know who you choosing now. Because we need to know. So if some shit go down, am I right?
Right.
What you think, Cherie?
I think his vice presidential candidate is going to be extremely key. Even with this allegation still out there, I'm calling for an investigation. It's underway. I respect that. I'm certainly not asking the FBI to do a limited investigation and look left when the witness is going right, or to not take witness statements. I think the Democrats owe it that much to the Democrats. I will tell you that personally, I was disgusted to see a headline come through my Yahoo. Yes, I still use Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
From allegedly the head of the DNC, Tom Perez, basically aligning these allegations of sexual battery and or rape against Joe Biden with Hillary's emails. I think there's a huge difference.
It's a way big
between
difference.
And I think that was a very poor way to say that what you're saying, that you think this is a red herring in an attempt by Trump, who is not above this, in my view, to basically disrupt the Democrats coalescing behind Joe Biden. As someone who wasn't particularly most enthusiastic about Joe Biden, who we might be dissuaded or distracted, but we are all at heart true citizens who cherish our right to vote and everything that comes with that. And I would strongly encourage everyone to vote and to make their choice, because we all are going to have to live with it.
Okay, well, how does voting? I'm asking you because you're here and you're voting when you say this. What about? Do you think that is right? If they're still voting, what if they vote everything on the ticket but the president, or write a name in?
Well, I think we've seen with COVID-19 that we can have our choice for governor and our choice for mayor and our choice for judge and everything in between. But if we don't make a choice, that all of those are interrelated and are impacted. Let me just go back to what our biggest issue with COVID-19 initially, which was testing, as well as medical supplies, things that we have come to be available at any major hospital available to help fight this pandemic, our White House has chosen to pit states against states, states against other countries to get basic, can I say that again?
Mm-hmm.
Basic medical supplies to be able to treat and serve us, the public. And I think that is a tragedy of the COVID-19. And I think that's going to be a problem that will be investigated. And you know, when I see Jerry Kushner keep telling me that he knows the guy, the back of my head says, well, how much is that guy, you know, giving you in terms of commission
Wow.
and self-interest? Now, do I have any evidence? No, but my common sense is that people generally act out of their own self-interest. Why was there a specific drug that was mentioned repeatedly by the president as having potential when the medical evidence suggested that there's other drugs, including the one that has actually shown by evidence-based scientific testing that it is actually beneficial to those afflicted by COVID? Is there a possibility that some company, some place way back when, or a friend has a financial or an interest in one drug being pushed? These drugs will make whoever makes them and produces them and reproduces them ultimately billionaires.
Billionaires.
This is a let's just skip the millionaire phrase. We might be going into the trillions. The US may need to borrow some money for them to make good on your unemployment or your stimulus check.
Wow.
Okay, that is how much money we're talking. We are not talking just about the US where more than 1 million have been found to be inflicted. We're talking about a worldwide pandemic.
Worldwide.
Exploding, okay, in India. It's exploding in Brazil. It is exploding now in Mexico. So countries that we did not see the big explosion. And the data shows that the United States, 18 countries are still going up. 16 are right about the same. And the other ones are what? Showing some downward trend, but not enough to make most scientists comfortable. So my point is, we need competence. We need someone who is dedicated to public service. We've seen that in Joe Biden. There is no argument that he is not a dedicated public servant. What I'm saying is,
Investigate.
the exacting details. As a former prosecutor who used to enforce domestic violence, sexual assault, as a survivor of domestic violence and sexual assault, you do not always recall details or recount a story to each individual with the same amount of detail and clarity. We don't know where these interviews were taking place. We don't know what her relationship was to the people that she was speaking or her understanding of the details. There is a big frustration among domestic violence prosecutors and sexual assault prosecutors because your victims, having gone through that trauma, often don't have the basic answers to some basic questions. But that's part of the circumstance of having survived and moved through such a trauma. So when I hear that her details may be different or there are additional details, to me, that is evidence of a real victim, someone who had a significant event, who was wary of moving forward, obviously shared it with her mother, potentially with her father, and found it very difficult to step forward and say, Joe Biden just stuck a couple of fingers up my coochie. That's a pretty difficult allegation to make and to discuss, and it's frankly kind of vile.
Yeah.
So I would like us to not expect perfection from those who come forward and enter the stage. Now she's being vilified. She is a professional lawyer herself. She was involved in politics. She's probably seen it behind the scenes. She was definitely aware of what's going on with Anita Hill and saw Joe Biden's participation in that. So while his position has been changed, and I may agree with you that he's the best choice, that doesn't mean we need to vilify a woman who's trying to come forward and share what she thinks is important.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily vilifying her at all, Cherie. I think it's a lot of what I would say men and some women kind of get frustrated about. We all get frustrated with people. It's almost like the boy that cried wolf. We all get frustrated with those kind of people that, oh, this is happening to me, and I'm being harassed, and we get so tired of those kind of people that and the thing is, it makes us feel like you're downplaying how serious that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not some kind of play kind of matter when you're talking about any kind of sexual misconduct or abuse or rape or in any of those things. You're not talking about something that's play, but you have these people out here that are willing to do this. Willing to make up so many fake things and willing to do so many things
For
to get paid
attention.
under the table, to get paid under the table, or to just make someone else look good, and knowing that they probably got hired by somebody. And see, that's the part that for me, I don't. It doesn't sit well with me at all. With it's just and it happens to a lot of people. It happens to so many people. And the thing is, I respect what the Me Too movement is for those who really have been raped, for those who really have, and I'm talking about just who really go through that. But it really salts, and I'm talking about it makes that shit extra salty, and no one likes some extra salty shit. I'm sorry, it's good enough we can put a little kosher, a little real salt, a little sweet, but when your shit is extra salty, it's gonna be that like ugh, like what the fuck did I put in my mouth?
Yeah.
And
Right.
and that's what these people do to the Me Too movement and to those people out there that go through this. Like I guarantee, like there's people out there that still to this day, even with Zoom, go through counseling, go through therapy because they're still traumatized from what has happened. And and I'll say this: there's a lot of women, especially when I meet women. There's a lot of women in my age group, maybe younger, that when you date them, when you get to know them, that rape is a part of the issue. And they'll talk about being raped at a teenage age or being raped at a certain age, but they won't talk about it with a therapist. So a lot of men like me have to deal with that because even though, yeah, we may, and I'll be honest with you, we may love a freaky woman. We may love a woman that's going to get down in bed and do all kinds of nice, sexual favors, but if she's been raped, pause. We need to make sure that, that's in order because I don't want you to have a flashback, or anything while we're doing anything. I just feel like there needs to be some kind of police or some,
Well, he's
or
saying somebody needs to be policing the police in the situation. Basically, what he's saying, and I can speak on both ends. I really can. I've had a situation as far as being a woman. Okay, and I've had a situation like I said, as being a woman. um, and I know how things can how things, and I'm around a lot of men mostly. I choose to be friends with more so men than women. Um, but my thing about it is rape is serious. Being
Mhm.
molested is serious. This is serious. This is someone having control over you that you can do nothing about, be it force, be it drug, be whatever. This is freaking serious, and I take it that way. But if I find out that I feel like you are playing this because money can make anything happen. I am not saying this. I've not been in any meeting around them, nowhere, fly on the wall to know anybody paid this woman to do anything. This could have happened to her. But I have, and I am like you, Cherie, been reading and reading and reading. Now, I read and I'm reading where, first of all, you have people that have known her for a while that says she's been making these complaints against dad, against friends, against two women, against coworkers. She also was in trouble for stealing, laundering money, from where she worked. So character is into play. Well, as you said, they had her ready to go on Fox. Now, I do understand sometimes we can change our mind and back out. As the young lady with 45, that was a young kid at the time that was grown now, and they threatened her family, and she decided not to testify. And also these other 21 women that are waiting in the wings that cannot wait to let it be known they were harassed with Donald Trump. As you see him with his friend and buddy that murdered himself, was murdered, who we know was doing sex trafficking and messing with young kids. Now, we haven't seen any of that with Joe Biden. My point is, I want it to come out in the wash. But here's my thing. You are a lawyer and you're going to be a judge. The one thing you would always say, and I know you would, you are innocent until they prove you guilty. And what
And
we
not
are
the
doing,
reverse.
yes, and what we are doing is we crucify without the full evidence. Do you
Correct.
understand what I'm saying? We have one lady. With Frank and there were 6 more women that came out, really 7. But none of them still said he did anything but grope them. But the point is,
Right.
I want the innocent as a woman, as a mother of young men, all of this. And unless it happens to you, you won't know how that feels. And I pray that it never happens to someone where you are trying to, you are knowing in your spirit you innocent.
Right.
And everybody's
It's
saying,
happened to me.
yes. And
It's called
everybody's
the presumption of innocence.
yes, until. And I've lived that, and that's not what I'm throwing out. And I didn't even want to share this. There was a young lady I dated, and I got to be quick with this, and it really happened. I dated this young lady. Foolishly, she was married, messing with her. Husband found out. The first thing she said was, I was following her and I was doing certain things with her. Well, I had a prominent job in the South at the time, a very prominent job. And everyone changed their emotions about me and believed her. And the only thing that saved me, I swear to God, was prayer and me talking and saying, you know what, I should have never did this anyway, and praying over. And what it led me to was a young man, she did it to him. And so he came to me and said, we got to get proof, because she, I guess, liked me because she kept dealing with me, calling me. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you no more. You got people looking at me funny at the job. I had to go in a meeting about you. You get what I'm saying? And da da da.
Right.
And so he was like, no, you go out with her. And I'm going to come and I'm going to film it, because if you done that with her, she wouldn't hang out with you. And this was the only thing. And another friend listened in on a call that she made to me, who had a higher position. But now, thank God, they went into motion for this. Do you understand what I mean? Hence why when I
Right.
came to California, I keep my distance from women, other than like we friends. You understand what I'm saying? And,
Right.
and all of this. So my point is, that's the worst feeling in the world. And as a woman, and being around women a lot, and being around women in a way that men are, I know what women can do. And that's not all women. Trust me. By no means am I saying that. But it's the feeling of guilt. If you're not, and I don't want anyone to go through that. Even the people that are screaming, he did it, he did it. We were not there. Say, man, Joe, if you did this, you're going to get what you deserve. I can't wait to see how
Right.
this is going to turn out.
And then also too, Dion, you have some women out there, and I learned about this from a few strippers that I have as friends, that they'll sign NDA agreements, non-disclosure agreements, and then break that agreement just to get paid more money, even though they gonna get their ass sued. You know,
Well-
my thing is this. My thing is, in those kind of situations, do not cry for help, because you know what you are doing.
Well,
Be
yeah,
accountable. Be accountable what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, be accountable. Take responsibility. Like I said, because it's too many people out there, and we're not. And I'm not just talking about girls. I'm talking about guys too, because guys get raped as well. You know, boys get raped as well. It's too
Right.
many. It's too many victims. Too many hurt people.
to play
to
with
just-
it is what Quan's trying to say. I know what you're saying.
It's like they say in the hood, or where I grew up.
Mhm.
You can talk about a lot of things, but don't talk about anybody's mama,
Yeah,
right?
Mhm.
right.
And this is an issue that is very important and central, and we don't know who's been wrongfully accused. I was wrongfully accused of something, and it really kind of set me back, you know, and it had people causing it to, as you say, look funny at me. But I stood my ground, and I thank God I had emails to prove that I was correct. I had, voice recordings and whatnot. But the point is very simple. It's easier to make allegations than to prove them. As a prosecutor, I can tell you that. And I do think Joe Biden is entitled, under the U.S. Constitution, that Republicans and Democrats and everybody in between love to quote and point to what we call the presumption of innocence in a criminal case.
Now, if he is
He is
found
presumption-
guilty, I,
Right. He has not been charged. There's not sufficient evidence to charge him with any act. He has not been sued civilly. There are some things that he's done in the past, which makes some of what she says sound more true than others.
Mhm.
She has certainly taken some steps to suggest that she is kind of a passive aggressive victim. She steps forward, she steps back, she steps forward, she steps back. She needs attention. So we're not sure where those allegations lay. Are they in terms of number or depth as those that are against Joe Biden's competitor, number 45? I think we can all agree that that is a much deeper bowl or bag of allegations. And I do think that there should be some consequence, whether it happens if 45 is turned out of office or if the statute will have run. I'm not really sure who will have jurisdiction and what will be happening of that. What I am saying, as a Democrat who saw probably the largest field of Democrats while I've been weighing Democrats, presidential Democrats, to see them all shrink to who we all thought were for in the beginning, that was disappointing. It almost felt like it was a field. Let's find every diverse person of color, every different type of Democrat we can find, have them get on the stage, and because we all know Joe's going to win. And that's what I feel a little bit, that there is been a game plan. The fact that Trump has obviously favored Biden coming out as a candidate, and to me means that he's prepared to take on Biden, and he's been looking for stuff, and this could be part of the preparation.
But I
So
beg,
that's
I beg to
especially-
differ, because I felt like he
especially-
was prepared for Bernie. I'm sorry, I felt like he really
No,
wanted Bernie.
I agree with you, but then also look what he did to go after Biden's son. Look what if you remember what he did to go after Biden's
He didn't.
son.
Yes, he didn't want Biden. I'm telling you. Look at. Let me tell you. I'm through talking. I got it because I need y'all to do some things for me. I was looking because I told Cherie.
we can talk all day.
Yes, we could, but Cherie knows I'm political, so I watch. I'm talking about 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I'm watching this stuff. When y'all sleeping, I'm watching this stuff. So they have the guy. You know, I can't think of the guy's name, and I wish he could, but he's the one. When the election is going on, they look at him and he tells you what state is doing what and breaks it all down. So he was doing his thing, talking about this time 4 years ago when Hillary was running and how indecisive. And it was at 39% of people on the fence about not voting at all or writing in a candidate. You understand what I'm saying? Or you're independent, because we had independent. That thing was at 9.5%. And that means that and all of it went to Joe Biden. Are you following what I'm trying to say? Of saying, I'm not going to write somebody in. We going straight for the chokehold. So Trump knew. See, with Hillary, they had the plan laid. With Biden, again, that Quan said the only thing they had in hope would work got Trump impeached. That was going after Joe Biden. Now, why would you risk impeachment if you wanted Joe Biden in? You didn't want him in. That's why he was trying to push people toward Bernie Sanders, because he knew that it would destroy the Democratic Party in a way. He wanted.
I think that.
Mhm.
I think that Trump didn't really feel, especially from the timing of the impeachment process, that he was still under investigation or surveillance, if you will.
Mhm.
And that's why he was very brazen. I do think that he thought that Biden would be the presumption nominee, and that he had enough to kind of throw bombs there and kind of make it, we're both kind of big frauds. Like, look at it now. We both got issues with money. We both got issues with keeping our hands to ourselves. But I'm the one, look at what happened before COVID. I'm the one that is rocking the economy for people who are on the lower end of the spectrum.
Well,
Everybody, money doesn't have a political party. And when somebody starts messing with your money, probably the most effective tool to, frankly, have our way and remove 45 is COVID and its impact on the economy. Okay. Yeah. Now, and Trump recognized that, I said his name, recognized the value of that, because he's immediately tried to do two things: deflect, blame shift, call it the Chinese pandemic, or
Barack Obama.
They're still, then they was on Barack, didn't order my N95 mask, that poor, president. And then it was the Wuhan people and the wet market. I still not sure what a wet market is. And instead of reaching out to China and getting some information like effective testing, maybe call those other people, the Germans, people that we maybe Japan, people we bombed and said, hey, have you figured out what Jared can't, Jared's guy hasn't delivered all the masks that we need. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
So in other words, his outside White House hookup cannot get his mask.
Well,
Don't
not sufficient.
Don't that sound like some hood shit?
But that's what I'm saying. That's the level. That's why I frame it that way. That is the level of the analysis. It's the level of analysis of Trump. I beat one impeachment. Shouldn't I just pick up the phone and keep going?
On? Let me go.
There's nothing wrong with this.
And long as Mitch McConnell is in charge of the Senate, I'll beat another one of them mugs if I have to.
And let's be truthful. And this is something, when you got Mitch McConnell trying to get me a check faster than anybody else and get his welfare machine up and running, like his mama was living off the checks, that is some strange stuff.
Because Mitch about to get kicked out. And
he's about to get kicked out. I mean, look, we're just like racking up the stimulus bills, and they're trying to figure out how we can pay everybody all the time and keep because they understand.
You heard about that second wave coming too, right?
The second wave of the pandemic or the second wave of the stimulus?
The both.
Both.
Shit, you asked me. Both.
I'm about to say
both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to just call that so-called stimulus out. My husband, that stimulus money that got into our account was so small we didn't even notice the deposit. My husband and I have 2 children, and we thought to ourselves, well, at least we'll get $1,000. It was so small. I said, honey, did that money come in? My husband missed that check going into our account for 3 days.
No, I saw it.
So it was small.
That's what I call letting it be known. He like, that wasn't shit. Baby, they didn't give us shit. Don't even speak on.
That wasn't a car. It wasn't a car note. It wasn't a trip to Costco or Target or Big Lots or the 99-cent store.
Well, listen, if that was the case, if it was that small, what the hell did they count? Did they decide they were gonna take your payment of what you owe or something?
No, we owe nothing. I assume from all the coverage that since we have 2 children and we were technically eligible, that yes, we wouldn't get the bulk of the $1,200, but we were going to get the $500 per each child. I'm telling you, that check was so small that they taxed that, and I feel like I should file a lawsuit.
Girl,
but my point,
sue them.
I'm telling you,
you're a lawyer.
That money didn't go very far, and for people who are waiting on unemployment behind the 33 million other people. Yeah, did I say million or trillion? Because I may be behind now. So this is one of the biggest, we've set everything back. We're past the 2008. We're at the 1931 Depression, and we are at the worst setback ever. So that is going to be an issue going into,
November. That's why everybody's gonna be out in November at the time of when y'all remember now. I already gave him my award. Dr. Fauci? I gave him he was honored. You know that, right? But I had already gave him my IGS Nation award. But like he's predicting, you better listen to him. Then I done told all y'all I'm locking my ass down. Do not look for me after October 31st. I'm even gonna dress up for Halloween. And I'm going to dress up. Like I said, it's crazy I can dress up. Because you're not going to see me no more after that, okay? I'm going to be like Rip Van Winkle or somebody. Because I trust what he's saying. The only reason I'm going to come out is going to be the date of the election in November. And you won't know me then because I'm going to be wrapped all up tight to get in. Because I'm going to come out then. You do what you want. I'm coming to vote. But be ready and be on point. But the thing about this is that we know is that we can definitely do this forever, guys. We can talk about this forever. We did have a guest that Quan and Sheree and I had the pleasure of having on, we're talking to musicians about how hard it is to make their money and how things are hard now for them. And she's a saxophone player. And I sat down with her, Cherie and Quan and I, a few weeks back, and had a great interview with her. Her name was Brittany Atterbury, and she was from where she was. She was from was she from Milwaukee or Cleveland? Cleveland, right? Cleveland, Ohio. I knew Quan would remember where Brittany was from, but I remember it was Cleveland. But she's gonna tell us. So we have that interview, and we're gonna talk with her and everything. And I'm gonna give you the information about Cherie again, because definitely we're gonna be saying lawyer on deck. She's our lawyer on deck, and she's gonna be ready on point to talk with you and give you information and advice, and the advice will be solid. Look her up, check her out. She's
I say this, Cherie, if you need somebody working in social media marketing, let's go.
I appreciate it. I will be running.
Yes. Like I said, and so we're going to give that information out again before we leave today. We're going to make sure we have it up on the board of how to email us at I'm just saying djohnson@gmail.com. Send your questions. If you got questions and you need some law advice, you better write in, because she will address these questions and give you some proper advice. Right now, we're going to sit back and listen to the interview that we were able to have. We were blessed to have Brittany sit down and talk with us about her music and how she started. So we're going to look at that right now and everything, and we'll be right back with you.
So that's Mathematics in Harmony.
Yes, right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me on the show. Of course, my name is Brittany Atterbury, and I am a saxophonist. Today I'm going to be playing the alto sax. I do play the tenor and the soprano sax as well. And you can catch me doing those on my personal page at Brittany Atterbury on Facebook, or you can also type it into YouTube at Brittany Atterbury. Or find me on Instagram, where I am Ms. and Z _lady _sax SAXX. So yes. So yeah, I was told to give a little bit about myself, so I'm going to give you a little background of how I got started. So of course I'm here in Cleveland, Ohio. Jazz was kind of introduced to me via my mother. I just remember as a little girl, just like riding in the back seat, listening to, 107.3 The Wave, Cleveland's smooth jazz radio station. And it was just a calming thing. I noticed that she would listen to it, to de-stress, and like after a long day or working, that was like the go-to. And I just gravitated towards it. I love the sound of the saxophone. I love just the way it made me feel. And I took interest in it, and I also wanted to bring that same peace and lightness during heavy times, which is why I currently play. I went to school for music. I went to school for music therapy, which is a little bit different from playing the saxophone. Music therapy is more so non-musical goals that are achieved using music. I played guitar and piano for those. I worked in the hospital. In intensive care units, so mainly working with stroke patients, people with traumatic brain injuries, or any neural, connections that we could, work with music. I was in that realm, and even the rehab. So that's what I did a little bit in music therapy. But right now I am performing as an artist. I'm a mom and a wife, and you can find me, like I said, on my many platforms performing. I also can be reached on Cash App at $.
I was going to ask you that. Great. I was going to ask you, is there any way people can make donations or something? Thank you. Give their information again.
Yeah, so it's going to be $ATTERBERRY. And I am also looking to start sharing these proceeds with other musicians who are in the community. I'm in a couple of different groups, and I know some other female musicians who are really having a hard time with their children and taking care of them. So I plan to donate and help out the community as well, because we gotta stick together. We all have to work together. It's not just about me; it's about those other mothers out there who may be less fortunate and really need that support. So you can find me there. You can also reach me on PayPal I believe you can go to PayPal me/Brittany Atterbury or Brittany Atterbury /PayPal.me. However, I am there. I do have a link on my website on Facebook, so you can find me there. And you can also go to www.brittanyatterbury.com. So many different avenues where you can find me, check me out, and support and donate, if you will. So, if any more questions.
I just have two more.
Questions?
One question is, when all of this is over, because it will be, are you coming to LA?
So, yes, I actually attend LA every year in January. I have been out there for the music convention now, which is in Anaheim, which is a little bit away. But it's a huge music convention. Hundreds of thousands of people are there. I'm not quite sure how it's going to happen the next year because it is a huge hub of people. I mean, it's a lot of people. But that's where I am. I usually go out there. I do some shows. You might catch me hanging out with Sinbad, comedian Sinbad. We hang out a few times. I've given him a few sax lessons. So you might see us hanging around each other. But at any rate, so usually in January, you could catch me in California.
Great deal, great deal. We just wanted to know that. And the other thing is, because people don't realize this, I'm going to do our final, goodbyes and thank yous, and you're going to take us home with a beautiful song. So I want you, if there's one powerful thing or message you want to give to everyone, I want you to give that to them, and that this is your platform to say it.
My one message I would say is to really be encouraged and to stop spreading fear, but spread hope, to spread positivity and love, and to, maybe reach out to that person via phone or social media, however you can, and just love on someone who may be in need. Whether that be, hey, sis, I'm checking on you. Are you okay? Do you need a listening ear? Or, hey, are you hungry? Do you need a meal? However it is, I would encourage you all to just be kind, be humble, be gracious, give grace, and don't pass fear, pass love.
Yes.
Wow.
Well said.
Thank you. Well said. What about you, Cherie?
I feel
mercy. Is that all right?
That's all right.
That's all right.
All right.
We'll have to get back on.
Yeah. He'll tell us when.
All right.
We're back.
Whew. All right, so we back in effect. That was a great interview. We're gonna play this young lady later. I can't wait to hear her. She was amazing. We enjoyed that interview so much. I reached out to her. She was playing, and I saw she was a friend of a friend, and reached out to her. And she was willing to come in and sit down and talk and do the interview with us. And we pre-recorded it, and it was just a fun thing to do. And Brittany, we want to say hi to you and make sure that you guys, you're doing well. Everybody's doing well. Stay safe. And we support all musicians, all artists, and we pray and hope that everything works out and people realize that these artists need help. Our help is their music, their singing, their talents that help us get through the hard times. So we're going to put all her information of her Cash App and everything, and she's going to bless us with a song at the end of the show as well. My friend Annika, my co-host of The Most, was upset about something, and also in honor wanted to do something special for what happened. And she's going to do our shout out and our IJS Nation Award. And so what I'm going to do is what I do. I'm going to do what Dion do. I'm just saying, I'm going to go back. What you got for me, Annika? What you got? Come on off your mute, girl, and give it to me now. Tell us what's going on. We got to hear you. I can't hear you.
I just want to invite all of us to honor one of our fallen healthcare workers here in actually the west side of Los Angeles. Nurse Brittany Bruner Ringo was a trained nurse. Her mother was a nurse. Her grandmother was a nurse. She had started her training and came, I believe, to us here in Los Angeles from Chicago. She was dedicated and she was loved by her patients. She was a woman of color, and she was working full time for the Silverado Beverly Place upscale home care for patients with dementia in the west side of Los Angeles. And somewhere right before the shutdown happened, her facility had already gone on a shutdown. And she got word a few days that a gentleman was coming to her facility, to her floor, that was a retired doctor and that he was a VIP. This man had been flown from New York City to our state, and he spent literally, I believe, a day at this facility. When he first came in, Nurse Brittany recognized that he had obvious signs of a COVID infection. He had a fever. He was coughing up, or what they call a productive cough, meaning he was hacking up a lung and something else. And less than 24 hours later, they had to rush this doctor, retired surgeon, to Cedars-Sinai to be treated and tested for COVID. The good news is this retired doctor, rich retired doctor, survived. The bad news is Brittany and many of her patients and coworkers did not. She was only 32 years old, y'all. She literally gave her life to her patient and her coworkers. At the end of this, after she finally got the okay to call 911 and ask for help, 63 patients and employees were infected with COVID. More than half of the patients that are allowed in that facility, 9 had died. What the problem is here is Brittany actually tried to stop this patient from coming to her unit when she recognized the signs of COVID. But some administrator that is yet to be named said it's okay. There's some evidence that the records may have been falsified. And they try to hide the fact that this VIP patient who had the $15,000 per month payment that they requested had COVID and let him in the door. And that decision by some unknown, unnamed administrator cost this beautiful Black nurse her life. She was only 32 years old. And the worst part of this, she was herself put on a ventilator, and she ended up dying alone because her mother, who had flown here from Oklahoma to make sure her daughter was well taken care of, was not allowed to go in and comfort her own child that she had birthed. The surgeon has recovered. And now this same nursing home CEO or some high-level executive is out there championing Governor Newsom for a shield from civil or criminal liability. This is what happens. This is what's happening. Black people, we are not immune from COVID-19. Healthcare workers, we are not immune from COVID-19. People are still dying alone and quickly, even we don't expect them to. People are still trying to avoid liability for the decisions they make. We must cherish ourselves if we want others to respect us for our humanity.
Amen.
So let's take care of ourselves and each other and remind ourselves that we are precious. Life is precious. And that is my hero, Brittany Bruner Ringo.
She gets our IJS Nation Award. She has earned it. By God, she has earned it. And we want to definitely send our prayers to her mother and to her family. And we definitely want her mother to know that she is definitely, her life is celebrated and her life meant something, and that she did try to serve somebody and her living was not in vain. And we hope, Cherie, you as an attorney, we hope that someone can help her mother and make sure that she has vindication, because something should be done. Her life meant something. Her life meant something. So we give that award to Brittany Bruner Ringo with prayers, with tears, and with hope and joy that her mother will find peace. um, and vindication. Guys, I don't know what you're gonna do, but she's telling you, Sharice's telling you, you better be still, be still, be still, be still, be still. As long as you're alive, you have time. That ends when you're dead. Be still, be still. So who are we calling out, Cherie?
We're calling out her former employer, the nursing home, not only for the decision that put her and their other employees and their own patients at risk, but also for their efforts now to get a shield. A shield would mean that there is no civil lawsuit, that there isn't a criminal investigation or case. Across this nation, we have heard of nursing homes desperate for help, offering potentially to pay more for their employees that they have consistently undervalued. And they need to recognize a human life is worth more than a profit margin. And if they make the decision to gamble with somebody's life, how dare you now ask to shield your corporation and shield your assets and shield your own liberty
When
from
someone
that
has
decision?
died, when someone has died.
When somebody has died, and somebody who was innocent, somebody who came with a good heart, and so young and so full of life. To do that and to say to her mother, well, you can file a workers' compensation claim, but that's about it, is not, I don't think it's acceptable. And we don't even know what the amount of shield that they're asking for. Potentially, it could exclude any workers' compensation wrongful death claim. So again, I urge everyone to really ask yourself, is this job worth my life? Because that's what you may be paying.
That's the choice you're
And
choosing. That's what you're choosing.
And so this is further separating the haves and the have-nots. The young man that delivered my pizza the other day, I said, stay healthy, gave him a big tip. And I just wondered in my head, does your mother know that you're doing this right now? Because I know if she knew what I knew, she'd put you back in her house in your bunk bed or your Batmobile bed and make sure that you were safe.
That was cute. And I laugh because you're right. Because some mothers keep things just the same for their kids, even though they grow up. So you're right. And Cherie, one more time, what is the name of this place? I see Beverly Hills. What is the name of
This place is named Silverado Beverly Place in the West Side, and I'm thankful for the reporting on this particular story by the LA Times. In particular, it was Harriet Ryan who reported and did the investigation. So we also want to give her credit for her great work and her great report.
Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for giving us this. Quan, y'all listen though. People, let's not take for granted what happened with Brittany. So guys, we need you guys making sure that we are doing some call-ins or doing some things to make sure that the governor does not do this and that these people pay for what was done, because this is not right. It's not right at all. Quan, Muhammad Quan.
What's going down?
From the hood to the wood. What's going on? What's good?
Oh, we got a lot going on. Very first
Governor Newsom for the job that he's doing and making sure that we are moving this slowly. Italy, we send you our best. We hope for the best and that this works out for you. We send you love. We know you've been through a lot and you guys really do deserve to enjoy and have some peace, but be careful still. Be slow. As I said, move slowly, and I'm gonna be still, but move slowly, and everything may be okay. But you have a greater leader than we do, and I damn sure just said that, guys. Real quick, I want you to tell the people something wonderful, loving for the night, and give them something to feed on, food for the soul. What you got for me, Cherie?
I just want us to love our humanity and our vulnerability. We will get through this. This is teaching us that we're all connected and that we're all valuable, whether we live, whether we're afflicted or not, whether we got a job, a house, we're sheltered or unsheltered, as our county health director says, which I believe is a beautiful way of really addressing the issue of homelessness here in Los Angeles. But really, it is about us reframing what's important to us, how we spend our time, and how we spend our energy. Because money will come, and they can always give you a stimulus. You just may not notice it. So be well.
I can't stand her. She mad about that money.
I thought I was getting something worth talking about.
She mad about that money, y'all. Cherie want them going. Y'all better, Trump, you better run. Y'all thought y'all had to worry about me. You better be looking for Annika. You better hold up.
Cherie, I'm gonna say it for you. B better have my money.
Quan, I thought you gonna do better than that. Them bitches better have her money. Now, Mama done that one. Mama D did that one. Now, Quan, what you got for the people? Bitches better have my girl's money. Don't I'm gonna come looking for you and give you a country ass whooping. Give my girl her coins.
Three things. As you know, today is may the fourth be with you. You know, for all of us that are Star Wars fans, you know, hey, may the fourth be with you. Tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. Whatever way, be safe. Whatever
Corona.
Way, be safe.
My Corona beer. Corona beer.
If you're gonna have a margarita, if you're gonna have some whatever, be safe. Tostadas, enchiladas, doesn't matter.
We got it.
If you don't, hey, celebrate. But also one last thing. This Sunday, May the 10th, is the second Sunday in May. Every second Sunday in May, as we know, is acknowledgement of our mothers, and it's Mother's Day. For someone like myself who does not have any grandmothers, who does not have a mother as far as physical, you know, life that raised me, I have to say to every mother out there, thank you. You know, thank you for doing such a great job. Thank you for the tireless hours. Thank you for everything. You know, for men like me who pride themselves on being gentlemen, and you teaching us, and just knowing that a mother's struggle. You know, and like I said, this is Mother's Day, so we can prioritize, you know, mothers, just like Father's Day is for fathers and all these things. Let's prioritize and make sure that, you know, hey, we show love to our mothers no matter what. Even if you may feel some type of way, indifferent, whatever, guess what? You still have a mother. You know, it may not be your blood mother, but guess what? You still have a mother out there. And so to, you know, Cherie, to Dion, to every guest, to every woman that's watching this, that is a mother, motherly figure, auntie, all that. Happy Mother's Day to you. You know, Big Homie Quan loves you. And I promise that when I have a beautiful daughter, that her mother, my wife, will be a prime example of the women that have poured into me. And
Quan, you get a little wet out there. Y'all, Quan done fooled me this time. See that he get a little touch, but Quan, you've been blessed. You had a beautiful mother. You have mother memories, and you are a definitely shining star of who and what she was, because she put that in you. What I want to say to everybody is that we are to just be still. Be still. Because if you have not learned patience now, I have to say it, there's no hope. Patience is a virtue. Be still. All things in time. Greater later. Greater later. Now, you want to rush it? I done told you the story about the man that said he works 6 days a week, only off on Sunday. The mortician. He waiting on you. He'll do your hair. He gonna do your nails. He gonna suit you up, make sure you suited and booted, give you everything that you need but life, because you will have already lost that. So be still. These faces that we're showing and the news is showing, it's real. Nobody would make this up. It ain't worth it. Anything that you lose, you can gain again if you're here to do it. Be still. Guys, we're going to have a good night. We want to send you nothing but miracles and blessings. I'm just saying, I'm telling you something. We dropped some knowledge tonight. I don't care what. And we know that I love to say it. Knowledge is knowledge. It's power. It's powerful. But I will forever say love is everything. Love is everything. So Miss Brittany Atterbury, Brittany, I'm going to need you to take me home. And I want people to look at her PayPal and her Cash App and support these musicians, guys. We got to try to help them. I know, don't say, well, I'm suffering myself. That's what we're not learning anything. How to pull together and love on each other and look out for each other and uplift each other. That's right. Now, Brittany's going to uplift us with some beautiful music on this sax. Cherie's going to go take care of those beautiful kids and that wonderful husband. Quan's going to go take care of his self with that drink he got. You better not find no girl up in that house either. And I'm going to get off this phone and I'm going to go enjoy my life and thank God for my blessings. And I'm out. I'm just saying. Let's hear some Brittany.
We can just chill if you want to. We can pop a pill if you want to. You can just do it if you want to. We can take a trip if you want to. We can get it in if you want to. Do it all again if you want to. If I bring a friend, what you gon' do? We can talk about it when you come. Come through, come through, come through. Come through, come through. We can talk about it when you come. We can talk about it when you come. We can talk about it when you come.
I'ma take my time when I kiss you slow. All over your body without the mistletoe. Shit, be stupid if I let you go. On the real, this how I feel, I gotta let you know. Bubble bath and rose petals all on the bed. Now take your clothes off, baby, now spread your legs. You got me lost in the sauce, I ain't pulling out. Think you moan that it's mine, so it ain't a doubt. They don't make them like me, I'm extraordinary. I don't wanna fall in lust, cause it's temporary. Hope I find my wife before I'm in the cemetery, cause my heart's full of gold and I don't want my treasure buried. So I'ma grab a couple bottles before you come through, so we can toast to your beauty, it's about you. Microphone check, baby, 1, 2. Show you how a king treat a queen when she come through. Don't stop.
We can just chill if you want to.
Don't stop.
We can pop